What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Green Dreamers. I'm your host, Nate, and as promised, we are back again this week, and we are going to be playing the Tyrell Banner of the Wolf deck. It's unfortunately not going to be the same as the deck we built on my last video, but I think you all can forgive me because of the recent FAQ and restricted list that just came out. So I'm going to show you the updated version of this deck so that it's now legal with the current restricted list. We'll walk through that restricted list a little bit, but ultimately we're going to be playing some games with this deck. I think it's going to be super cool. I was messing around with the deck earlier this week before the restricted list, and I was having a ton of fun with it. When it gets going, it's just so much fun. So hopefully the deck will not be too different with these new additions. But yeah, let's just get right into it. This is what the deck currently looks like. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the plots are different. We had to take out trade routes because that is currently restricted. And with that in mind, I also took out pulling the strings. And the reason is I don't know that a lot of people are going to be using trade routes as their restricted choice. So pulling the strings acted as a second trade routes for us. So essentially we lost two trade routes with this new restricted list. And I replaced those with two kind of money plots, Late Summer Feast and Time of Plenty. We'll see how those work. We might end up changing some stuff, but this was my first thought. I still think our restricted choice being Flea Bottom is the right call. I think after playing around with it, it's really helpful to just get any of these come into play effects whenever you want, like Old Town Informer, Hightower Spy. Even Bolton Flare works really well with the Flea Bottom because his effect will trigger before he is removed by Flea Bottom's effect. So that's really good. Um, yeah, and then last video I forgot to add in Skagos. You guys didn't call me on that, so we had to put three of those in here because that combo with Ramsey is really disgusting. If you get marched and you have Ramsey in your hand, like it's really hard to kind of come back from that if you're the opponent. But this is what the deck currently looks like. We're going to be playing with that today on the Iron Throne. But first, let's talk a little bit about the Joust restricted list. This is what it looks like if you haven't seen it. The new plot that was added, trade routes, Greyjoy got some cards, Martell, Stark, we lost. So we lost Ward and trade routes. We lost those two cards in this new updated restricted list. I don't know if I agree with all of the choices made here. People were calling for Hisdar and Marine to be restricted for a long time, which I think that's a good combo, but again, it's a combo, like why be mad at Targ for doing what Targ does? They discard cards for effects. That's like their theme. Stark had sacrifice, so it's weird that they're hampering that theme by restricting Wyman. I understand that Flea Bottom and Wyman is probably a little above the curve, but whatever. Some cards should be above the curves. It's what makes the decks fun, I think. But anyways, this is what we're left with, and we will just play on. Now, I don't know that our opponent's going to be playing with a restricted deck, but we're just going to jump right in. I already have the deck loaded up, so we are hopefully going to have a good game. Hopefully you guys can enjoy watching this deck because I think it's a lot of fun. All right, and we are off. We're playing a Lannister Targ deck. He says, hi and good luck. Hey there. Have fun. Good luck. Few brief messages. Start the game off on a positive note. All right, let's take a look at what we've got. I think we've got a great setup. We've got the Arbor. Having that turn one is amazing. We've got 2 gold, 2 gold. So we can spend all 8 gold. I think we're definitely going to keep this hand. Now, my plan is to build up some economy because this deck is very expensive, so having the Arbor is super important. And then we have Skagos, which is awesome. If we see a Ramsey, they are in trouble because we also have Isle of Ravens. We can basically use Ramsey once a turn, which is crazy. So, yeah, let's just set it up. He's probably not going to have, like, Frozen Solid, so we don't need to worry about keeping this in the shadows. And then we'll just get a character out there. We won't get her effect, but I'd rather have a body on the board. Okay, did he mulligan? He did. So I don't know how happy he is with this hand, but I know we are definitely happy with our setup. Let's see, what plot should we play here? I'm kind of leaning towards a marched. He really doesn't have that many characters. This will guarantee we go first with Great John. And if we draw Ramsey, then he's just in so much trouble because he'll lose both of his characters. So let's just do marched. And then he gives us some gold, which is nice. So we're going to go first just in case we draw Ramsey. And it doesn't really matter which plot first, so we'll just go ahead and march. He'll probably march the Hound. Yep, he marched the Hound. So let's see if we draw Ramsey here. Cross our fingers. We got a Bolt and Flare, which isn't bad. But let's play the Pleasure Barge to see if we can draw Ramsey. This is also good that we went first because he might have a Treachery in hand, and now he doesn't have the gold for it. Where if we made him first, he would. So let's see if we can draw Ramsey. We did not draw Ramsey. Oh, here's another thing to mention. The recent FAQ made it so you can dupe limiteds if you're marshalling them. So, like the Arbor or Red Wine Straits, you can just dupe those. Unfortunately, we did not get our Ramsey, so we're just gonna play that. Play that. He might have Flea Bottom as his restricted card choice, so having Isle of Ravens is nice. We could maybe shuffle the Hound back in if we need to. I'm going to ask him if he's seen the new FAQ. Because if I try to dupe the Arbor and he hasn't seen it, he might be like, you can't do that. But I totally can now, so... It does not look like the Iron Throne is up to date on that. But that's okay. We'll just play on. Doesn't really matter. We can dupe Isle of Ravens for sure. Do you know that I can dupe a limited when marshalling? If he doesn't know that, I don't know that I'm going to make a fuss, but we'll just play on. So we want to get out Great John, and we'll definitely give him a dupe. I know that. Okay, so I'm going to dupe the Arbor. I don't know that he's running Political Disaster, but, if he is, we might as well. We'll just dupe the Arbor. Boom, dupe it. And we got Great John duped. And I don't know. We'll play out the Bolt and Flare. He might end up killing himself, but, well, maybe we should play out Hightower Spy. I was really hoping to get a Ramsey. Kind of sucks we didn't, but that is the way it is. Let's put another dupe on Great John in case we have to claim him for stuff. And we'll just put him in shadows. And that'll be our turn. So, I don't know that we're too far off. Especially because I'm thinking we can bring him out, do a challenge, use Iron Bank, get enough gold to play her, maybe get some stuff done with Great John. We'll just see what happens. Looks like he's playing a Merchant, getting out Tywin. Tywin's pretty good. We have a target to kill with Bolt and Flare. We can definitely kill his Merchant. And then maybe march next turn if he doesn't play another character. We'll just see what happens. I'm kind of curious. Because if he doesn't play another character, we're guaranteed to kill the Merchant with Bolt and Flare. Unless he has like a Treachery. And then if he, what's he doing? He played Gates of the Moon. Cool, that's more economy for us. He did not play out another character. It's possible he has one for ambush or an event, but the events would discard the character, so he couldn't keep it in play. So next turn we might just end up marching, but let's see what happens this turn. So he's an 8. We can beat that with Bolton Flare and Great John, so let's bring him out of the shadows. And then we're going to do probably a military with these two and see how he defends. All right. And he may win this challenge, he may not, but I think this is our best move with Great John being able to do multiple challenges, these early plots, with Intimidate. All right, so we're going to stand Great John. He might not have a Treachery. He might have one. I don't know. But he's probably going to... Yep, he claimed that guy. Now, the Bolton Flare is going to end up killing himself unless he ambushes in someone bad. But we can always use Hightower Spy. So let's see what happens here. So we're going to throw a power challenge his way with Great John. He'll either have to defend with Tyrion or we will kneel him with Intimidate, which is really good for us because we basically shut down his challenges this turn. Next turn, we're going to follow up with... Ooh, we might not even march. We might play Valor to Hyrus because we could save 2 of our characters and he'd have to lose one of these regardless. I imagine he would still pick Tyrion. So he defended with Tyrion, which we kind of expected him to do because if he leaves Tyrion standing, then it really doesn't matter. But the Bolton Flare is going to end up killing himself, so let's pull him back to hand. And then we're going to play the Hightower Spy and do an intrigue. We'll be giving him some gold, but I really don't care. I don't know who he would ambush other than the Hound. So I guess, I mean, he's got gold for stuff, but let's just do an intrigue. He unopposes it, gets Tyrion gold. Let's see who we get for claim. Or what we get. Could be a location. I apologize once again, guys. I'm still fighting off this cold. I know it seems like I've had this cold forever, but I think that's just because I've been putting out a lot of content. Oh, he's using gifts for the Widow and paying 3 gold. So this is probably Seal of the Hand, which he'll put on Tywin. No, he got Queen's Guard. I guess it's the same thing, pretty much. He can just use it more times. That's fun. That's a fun little combo he's doing there. So he's probably going to discard 1 to stand Tywin, defend the challenge, which he'll still have to... I mean, he gets to choose the card he discarded, but whatever. So he defended, he'll win that. And then he might stand Tywin again, or even a 3rd time, but he's ultimately losing cards from his hand. If we lose Bolton Flare for Intrigue Claim, that'll suck, but whatever. Them's how it goes. Alright, those are our challenges. We did pretty much everything we can do. And he's going to throw an Intrigue our way. Hopefully he hits Skagos. Let's see what he gets. Alright, we got lucky there. Is there anything we can use Isle of Ravens on? Shoot. Anything we can use it on. So we might consider Iron Bank. That's always good to have. I want to keep characters like this in the discard pile because we do run Flea Bottom and we want to have targets for that. So we'll just go ahead and use this before I forget. Put that back in the deck. We won't be unhappy if we see Iron Bank again, especially considering how expensive this deck is, and now not having trade routes. That's kind of a hard trade-off, if you will. Okay, so he just takes Dom. And then I think, yeah, we're just going to play Dohyrus and maybe save the March. Because we get to keep both of our characters with Dohyrus, where with March we lose one. So let's just go ahead and play that. And he plays Exchange. We're going to go first again because we have Great John and Intimidate. And then because we're first, we get Plot Order. I think Dohyrus is going to be the one we're going to do first. We don't want to give him any more information than he needs using his plots, so we'll just make him choose first. He'll probably choose Tywin, especially because it has the Queen's Guard on it. And then I get to pick his characters for him. I definitely don't want him to have Tyrion because he just got rid of 2. How much gold is he going to get? He's going to get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he could play Gregor, and that seems bad. But don't we want him to play out more expensive characters so we can control them easier? I don't know. That's a good choice, but yeah, let's go with the Tywin dupe. That's 0 characters for him. Yeah, he has a dupe, but whatever. And then we're definitely just going to give him the Rose Road. And we don't have a choice for this. Cool, so good plot for him. Let's see. Ooh, so this doesn't help us right now. Tywin is too strong for us to use this guy effectively. And unfortunately, we've kind of hit a rut with our draw. We can't play anything right now because he would just kill himself. So this is pretty much all we can do. Let's see how that works out for us. He's got 13 gold. We'll probably play Tywin's dupe, I imagine. No, he's only got 7 gold. Tywin's a 13 strength. Sorry. Saw that number pop up and I'm like, whoa, he's just going to dump his whole hand. No, but he's probably going to play some cards. He's got Queen's Guard. Ooh, Ilyn. That sucks. I guess we'll just have to march next turn. Whatever. Oh, he puts Ilyn back. That's so good. I guess we could have seen that coming. He just played. Or we just gave him Iron Bank. Alright. Let's just have him play out a bunch of cheap characters. And then we'll just try and march next turn. Flea Bottom. Okay, so this is good for us because now we can shuffle the Hound back in with Isle of Ravens. Ser Jorah, that's a target for Bolton Flare, which is great. And he plays a dupe of Tywin. We knew that was coming. Alright. He might have another trigger for this in his hand, which he could use with Queen's Guard, but we're just going to go ahead and get rid of the Hound. That way he can't use Flea Bottom to put the Hound into play and start messing us up. He might have another target for it with Queen's Guard, but that's what we're going to do right now. Then we'll bring him out of Shadows. And we'll end up killing Jorah this turn, and then hopefully we can march. He might have a character with Ambush, but we're going to kill Jorah with Bolton Flare, hopefully, and see what happens there. Should we just play defensively? I feel like there's no point in attacking. Yeah, let's just be defensive this turn. We're going to be able to kill Jorah anyways with the Bolton Flare. And then what's going on here? I'm hitting pass, right? See? Weird. Little bit of lag. Alright, let's see what happens. Hopefully our plan will work. And if we can march his dupe Tywin, that might be game. He's doing an intrigue, we might as well oppose. It's the name of the game here, is just opposing these challenges. I honestly don't know which card I'd rather him get. This House Florent Knight isn't doing us any help, so... he's got the Hound, so that's gonna suck. Hopefully he'll put the Hound. I guess the Hound will go back to his hand, and then he can't play him again, so... We're still gonna be able to do our trick with Bolton Flare, and then marching his Tywin. Unless he has a Burnman or another card he can ambush, which we don't know. It's very possible with Lannister. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed, guys. That's all we can do here. Just cross our fingers. Because if he leaves the Hound out, he'll leave play with Flea Bottom. So the Hound will have to go back to his hand. And then he only has 3 gold, so we'll just defend. I'm glad we double duped Great John, because now he'll have a dupe after this military claim. And, yep. So we'll do that. Oh, I wish I had my fleet of bottom. Am I right? Wouldn't that be nice? I guess we'd only have Old Town Informer, but that's still some draw. Draw is good. How much power is he up to? He's got a lot of power. But a lot of that's on Tywin. And Tywin's hopefully going to get marched here. I really hope he doesn't have treachery. Moment of truth right here. Right here. Oh, he's dead! Alright, so we're going to be able to march. Hopefully he doesn't throw out a march of his own. I'm just really hoping that we can draw something good next turn and Great John will get some work done. But at least we can be free of Tywin for a moment. Ah, he double marched! How savage. Alright, well, I guess we'll just go second. You know he has the Hound, but we literally don't have anything. Oh, I'm so upset he double marched. How gross. Alright, that was a good draw. I'm glad we went second. We can definitely do some stuff here going second if he only plays the Hound. We can play Ramsay or something. What's a card in the shadows? That might be Cat's Paw. We saw him have that. Oh, he doesn't marshal anything. It might be Cat's Paw. Does he have anything? He can't use Flea Bottom at the moment. Oh, this might be Queen's Guard. He has the Hound, though. Let's just play out Arya. And we will save Isle of Ravens until after the challenges. I guess he can just always ambush in the Hound, but whatever. I don't really care about that. I can just use Skagos, get a dupe of Arya. Well, he'll just put the Hound back in his hand, so it really doesn't matter, but we'll just do a power with Arya. Alright, so there he goes ahead and ambushes in the Hound. He'll probably do a military with the Hound. Yep. And then he'll put the Hound back in his hand. We're just going to unoppose this and then come back at him with a power challenge. Start getting some power of our own. He might have like a Valor and then decide to Valor our unduped Arya, but honestly, we're probably just going to use Skagos when she stands back up. Maybe. We might not do that because we want to have... So let's just do let's do Skagos now. I doubt he's running 2 marched. He absolutely could be, but now if he has a reset of some kind, we're alright. I really hope we see Flea Bottom soon. We definitely need that. And then he still doesn't have a target for our Flea Bottom, so we'll just go ahead and do a power, and then we'll take dominance, I guess, with our 5 gold. The thing about this deck that kind of sucks is the draw definitely isn't the best, especially if you don't see like Old Town Informer, Flea Bottom, then you find yourself at a serious card disadvantage. But I guess that's the name of the game when you're playing a lot of sacrificing and marched. Alright, so we took a power, we'll be done there. Dominance phase, I'll win dominance, and then we'll use this on ourselves, put like Great John back in. Because we kind of want to see him again. He's pretty good. Hopefully we draw him. But we're ahead on power. We have more characters at the moment. We definitely have more economy than he does. So I think we're doing all right. And then we've got Ramsey and Skagos. So he's going to be hurting next turn. Hurting for sure. We might just play this to get some cards. Ooh, we're going to get 4 cards this turn. Oh, I hope he goes first. Oh, he made me first. That's probably smart. Save his characters for my Ramsey. Ugh, we didn't get too much help here. So we're not going to play Ramsey, because then we just have to sacrifice Arya. 4 cards. We get 1 character. Not great. We'll just put him in the shadows. And I'm wondering if we should even play this. And my thought is I want to have as much buffer between his intrigue claim and my Ramsey. So I guess we'll stop. I'm a little upset we just haven't been drawing a lot of characters. We've had 1, Arya's 2. I guess we had a lot of Great Johns. That was most of our characters, was just 3 Great Johns. And we did have some characters that we just couldn't play, so that's kind of the downside, I guess, with this deck. Hopefully his turn isn't too savage. I mean, we still have Bolt and Flare, so we'll just see what happens. I wish we had Flea Bottom. If we could get Old Town Informer into play and start drawing cards, we'd have exactly what we wanted. And then we'd even be able to seed our discard pile for Flea Bottom. But that is not the case. Alright, he plays out Tyrion, so he drew his other one. Alright, he's spending a lot of gold. And he doesn't have a lot of characters out besides Tyrion, so hopefully we'll be able to do Ramsey next turn and just get his Tyrion. But I think we're certainly going to throw a military his way. I don't know what he could bring out. He doesn't have enough gold for the Hound. He doesn't have anything in his discard pile for Flea Bottom. Aegon's pretty good. Forgot about that card. I think we were still going to do the military regardless. Bring out Second Sons. Second Sons will be what he defends with. I'm first player, so I could bring him out and do my Forced Interrupt before Second Sons leaves play, or is he going to leave play with Aegon first? I don't know the exact timing of this. The end of the phase. I probably should know the exact timing of this. But what does this say? At the end of the phase, and I know Second Sons happens before this, so I would think my Forced Interrupt would go off because I'm first player. So he defends with a 6, so we're going to bring him out. Kill Second Sons, and then next turn we're going to try and Ramsey both of his characters. Which means we'll have to go first. I don't like our odds of doing that. But I don't know. That'll be our turn, I guess. I really hope he doesn't hit Ramsey with Intrigue Claim. We might have considered bringing him out and doing an Intrigue or challenge, but I don't want to give him enough gold to ambush in the Hound. But we will bring out Bolt and Flare and defend the Intrigue challenge, because that's the only one he can defend. We will still lose this, but please don't hit Ramsey. We got lucky before. Can we get lucky again? Oh, the suspense. All right, he got Skagos, so we're in the clear there. Good thing we didn't dupe that. All right, so now he's going to do a power. I'm glad we got all that power off of Tywin with our marching shenanigans because now he's down to 3. This will put him up to 5, but still that's way better than he was up to like almost 8 before with Tywin and Queen's Guard. That's pretty hard to deal with. Alright, so now we're going to kill his second sons with our Bolton Flare. Yeah, we're going to do Bolton Flare's effect first, kill the second sons, and then I don't know, try and go first next turn. I don't know how we're going to be able to pull that off unless he makes us go first. And we don't really want to give him gold for more characters, so we'll just play this. And hope he picks us to go first. See what he does. Alright, he is picking us to go first, and King in the North, so we can't use Skagos. We can use Ramsay once, because we don't trigger it. His plot would stop us from triggering stuff, but we don't even trigger Ramsay. Ramsay is triggered by the game itself. That would be the same with, like, Bolton. Oh, man. What a good plot. We can't use any of our effects. Can't even put out Harrenhal. That's characters, locations, and attachments, so we could use Iron Bank. But let's put out Ramsay, and we will sacrifice Bolton Flare. Oh, we forgot to use Isle of Ravens last turn. Bummer. We have the gold. We might as well play this. We're not going to be able to use it, but we might as well just get it out there while we have the gold. We can get 9. It's been doing a really good job at, like, stopping us from getting off our stuff. The Boy King, now he has a king out. He is doing very well. This will definitely slow us down. Hopefully it won't slow us down too much. There's Arya. He's probably got another Iron Bank. Oh, no, he's just going to outright kill Arya. That's really good. Second Sons. That's no good. So he's going to kill Arya. She's dead. And we're going to use Isle of Ravens before he puts it into play with Flea Bottom. Hopefully he doesn't have any ambush stuff, and I don't know, we can kill someone with Ramsay. Oh. What does he do? He only has 1 gold. So with Tyrion and the Gold Road, he'll have enough for... Oh, I can't even use this because of his plot. How savage. How savage is that? So now our Ramsay is going to die. Ooh, this was a really good turn for him. So brutal. Bomber. Alright, we'll just do a military. He'll oppose with Second Sons. We'll probably bring in the Hound and do a military. Kill our Ramsay. How rough. How rough. This was a great plot for him. Ooh, it is not looking too good, fellas. Oh, he unopposed it. We won. Interesting. His double march was so sick. I think this guy has definitely been just countering us the best he could at every turn. Wow. It's certainly not looking pretty. I don't even know what we could draw, because he's going to kill Ramsay, and so now we've lost that. I guess drawing Bolton, Roose might be nice. Roose Bolton. Yeah, we didn't have any of our effects this turn. It was really rough. Well, the only thing we can do is keep playing. That is literally the only thing we can do. But at least we won dominance, which is really good. I hear dominance is good. Yeah, if we like Miracle Drew, Roos and Might of the Reach, maybe we could win. I honestly don't know what would help here. We'll be able to draw some stuff with that, but yeah, I don't think those are going to help me. Let's see if we draw anything with Pleasure Barge. Pleasure Barge, we get Flea Bottom. All right, Flea Bottom's a good card. We're going to want to have a lot of gold this turn, so I'd rather not play Red Wine Straights. But now we have Flea Bottom. And let's just go ahead and use this on his second sons. Get that out of here. All right. Let's see what he has. Hopefully he can't play a lot of cards. We got Harrenhal, so we're going to be able to use that and not Iron Bank. We'll just have to keep that in mind. But yeah. All right. That was pretty good. If I can get like a Roos next turn, we might be able to stage some sort of comeback. What's he doing? Dario? He's probably got a Treachery. No Treachery. All right. So he just killed Dario. Not sure why. I'm totally fine with that. We're definitely going to use our Flea Bottom on the Bolton Flare to get out of the military icon. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty. So now he has a gold. Let's see. We could ambush in her, give him extra strength if he puts in the Hound. Yeah. Let's do that. Ooh. I really hope we can win this challenge. If we can win this challenge, because he's going to Flea Bottom to get the Hound into play and defend. Gifts for the Widow. Rough. Rough-a-roni. Bodyguard. Bodyguard's pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. So we're going to win that. Bolton Flare might die, but that's totally fine. We've got another one in there. We'll get rid of his bodyguard. And then let's bring in Old Town Informer and just start drawing some cards. Yeah, I want to give her 3 gold. I just want to draw all the cards I can. Nice. Ramsey's dead. Doesn't help me. So we're going to pitch a dead Ramsey, a dupe, and I guess we can always Flea Bottom her. We'll just get rid of those. And we can use this on any cards he brings into play, so if he decides to use Flea Bottom or Ambush, we can use this again, which is really good, but we're... should we stop? I just don't want to give him a ton of gold. So... yeah, let's just stop. Tyrion's pretty good, guys. If you haven't heard, Tyrion is pretty good. Alright, so he's going to do an intrigue. This will be unopposed. We will lose that. And then I guess our Bolton Flare is going to kill Old Town Informer before he leaves play. That's fine, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's not really fine, but whatever. Get some draw. Draw's important. Who do you discard? The Hound? Okay. So this will put him up to 11 power, 12 with dominance. Sorry, guys. 12 with dominance. Oh, he'll be able to use Boy King, which will put him to 13. This game might be over pretty quickly. I guess not quickly. This game's gone on to... We'll be at plot 7 before he wins. Alright, let's draw something good. Alright. We got Roos. We got Roos. The Roos is loose. That one per challenge? It's not. I don't know. Should we just save Iron Bank and just do one of these? It's fine. Let's just do that. Let's just do it. See what happens. We need a miracle for sure. Oh, he's doing a military. Now we're going to be able to kill the Bolton Flare and keep Old Town Informer out. That's pretty cool. But he's going to go up to 14, I think. 12. 13. And then Dom will put him to 14. No, but we tie Dom. Because I still have Old Town Informer. Alright, he's still only at 13, and we have a character. And we got our combo, Might of the Reach, and Roos Bolton. So we're definitely going to have the gold to play it with trading. Alright. Let's see if we can make a comeback here. Oh no, he wins or dies! He's going to go first and probably win. Hey, but we got Great John, and we got a lot of gold. I wish we had Ramsey. I will say this guy has done a great job of just keeping us controlled. Truly a good job. Maybe he'll mess up. If we can survive this turn, we might be able to win. We've got... I kind of wish we kept the second Might of the Reach. What are you going to do? What do you put? Oh, Queen's Guard. I guess he only has one icon, though. This is until the end of the challenge. This will be so interesting. He's got 2 gold. Only got the Hound. Alright, sorry guys. I'm really critically thinking about this. We might want to save this in case he discards his second son with Queen's Guard. 14 gold. Yeah, we'll play Grey John. And we'll play Roos. And we can get gold with this if we need to, but we'll keep her in hand in case we need to ambush. So let's just see what happens. We've got Might of the Reach. We might be able to survive. He's doing an intrigue with Tyrion. And he is... Okay, so we kind of need to win all of these challenges. Except maybe the military. We probably don't need to win the military. Yeah, we kind of need to win this one. So I can bring her into play and do another buff strength. So that sounds good. Let's do that first. Do that, and we'll just give it to her. How much she gets? Alright, so she got +3 strength, so she can win on her own. I don't know that I want to even use this, because what better 3 cards would I have right now? I don't think I can answer that question, so I'm just going to pass. And then we'll defend with her, I guess. No, because he's got... Yeah, I guess we have to defend with her. I'm just trying to think, because then he's got Tyrion for the power challenge. But we really have to win this. I guess we just don't have to win the military, but he's got the Hound in here. I don't know that we can win the power challenge. Oh, I think we just lose, guys. I think that's just the fact of it all, is we just lose. Which kind of sucks, but I don't know what else to do. I think he did a great job just countering us. He did the double marched. He anticipated that. His King in the North plot was really good. Let's see what he discards. Another copy of the Hound. I guess that makes sense, right? Let's just get rid of one. Bring it into play. I wonder if we missed this at any point. I wonder if we were like... We missed it and we could have stopped his Hound. Probably not. So he does that to Great John. So we're going to use this on Great John, because he can't defend anyways. So Great John's back in hand. We could have just Skagos Great John. And then blocked with a 15. What is he, an 11? No, he's a 10. I guess we'll still win here. We know it's Might of the Reach. So we have to defend his military. And then, can we win Dom? No, because he'll just stand him and win Dom. I think we just lose. I think we lose because I'm not good at this game. Yeah, because he's... I think we just lose because I'm bad at this game, guys. We don't have enough for both mites. I could have just used Skagos, defended, did that. Probably drawn another Might of the Reach. Sorry, guys. I think I'm just bad. Yeah, we just lose. GG. We are going to jump in with our Tyrell Wolf deck, playing against Bera, Banner of the Stag. And we will just jump right in. Hey there, good luck, have fun. Easy little message at the start to set a good positive tone. Alright, and let's check out our hands. So we've got the Arbor, we've got Harrenhal. These are definitely good cards, but against Martell, Banner of the Stag, he's probably going to do a lot of dominant stuff. And low character count. So I don't know that this is going to be the most helpful for us because we don't have any characters. But we could always give it a try. I mean, that's kind of the fun thing is we can just play around with these decks and see what works. So let's just keep our hand. We got a lot of gold. We've got a lot of economy going, so let's just try it out. Have ourselves a good, fun game going on. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited to watch this. All right, so he's got a pretty good setup himself. We got Flea Bottom, we got Arya. I'm liking our odds. Let's do... Oh, should we just march? Like, just really start off the game, like, just with a soccer punch? No. Let's do Late Summer Feast. He'll probably make us go first, which makes sense, because he has Dornish fiefdoms, but that's okay. We're going to be getting 12 gold, and we're going to be playing out some stuff for sure. Hopefully keeping his character count down with Harrenhal. Ooh, so he's only going to be getting 6 gold. And what does Fury do? I see. Okay, so he's probably got Desert Raider, which gives a power, and then he uses Fury to steal that back. But we've got some tricks of our own. And let's just start putting them out there. Let's do Roos. Roos is good. Let's do Arya. Get some characters out. And then we'll stop there. We got some gold to play out other cards if we need to, so I think that's a good starting point for us. Now he's only got 6 gold, and we've got Harrenhal. So I like our odds so far. We gotta be conscious about he might be running Marched, so carefully using Roos. We're gonna pass on this. We don't really care about this Chud. We want to kill something at least like 3 gold or more. I think that would make Harrenhal worth it. It's going to be getting gold for challenges. He might just stop playing cards and sit on the 5 gold. Whatever. That's not too bad, right? If we can stop our opponent from playing cards, I'd say this is a pretty good card. But he is certainly thinking about what he wants to play out. He's got to play around this Harrenhal. And he does Beguiled on Roos. Thinking about stripping his icons. We might have wanted to play Skagos in case he had like a milk or, you know, a negative attachment, but if we don't use Roos's ability this turn, I don't think that's the end of the world. Okay, so we're definitely going to use Harrenhal on this. Get rid of his 4-cost dude. And so currently we can use him unless he plays another attachment. But we are... Yeah, so it looks like we'll be able to use Roos if we want to. And then we can put her into play, so if he has marched, he's not going to be able to get rid of Arya. Yeah, I like that plan. Let's do that. Let's do an intrigue with Roos and just put her into play. We'll only give him 1 gold. We might discard a card that he can use Flea Bottom on, but that's just kind of the risk we have to take. Oh, he's going to take away the intrigue icon. That makes sense. JK, JK. I mean, I guess do we even need to use Roos? You can just do a military, and then, like, maybe marched, but I feel like I'd rather save Roos when he has more characters. Yeah, let's just do a military with Roos. And then probably stop there. Try and win Dom, I guess. Hmm. Now let's just use Roos. I don't care. Just use him. Get rid of his characters. Just always stay on. We want to keep his character count as low as possible. So, yeah. And we got rid of this, which is fine. So we can apply the claim. Did he not do? Okay, he must have forgot. He must have forgotten to use his plot, and then he manually set it. Which is fine. I'm totally fine with that. I assumed he was going to use it anyways. And let's stop there. Or we'll put her out, just so we can't march. Give her. Alright, so now we can see what's coming next. We got Gates of the Moon coming down the line. That's not too helpful. Is there a way to shuffle our deck? We'll probably play Time of Plenty to draw an extra card, because we know that one's not going to be super helpful. It'll give him another card, but that's fine. I'd rather have some cards of my own. Alright. So, he's probably going to pass, right? I don't know that he can play anything. And then we'll just win Dom. Now, what card are we going to pitch? We might pitch this because we know we're getting more economy next turn. And I really don't want to lose anything else. Yeah, I think we're going to get rid of Red Wine Straits because we know that Gates of the Moon is coming next turn. So we'll get rid of this. And just go right on. And then we know we're going to play Time of Plenty to draw an extra card. Because we definitely don't want to just draw, like if it's Gates of the Moon and then another Gates of the Moon, that's going to suck. We'll have him go first in case he plays characters. We might draw like a Ramsey or a House Florent Knight. And then potentially get rid of some of his characters. Alright, so this isn't bad. I'm glad we have characters. An Old Town Informant is good for cycling cards, especially when we have Flea Bottom. So I'm not upset by any means with that draw. And he's going first. Wish we had Pleasure Barge. Pleasure Barge is pretty good. Alright, so it looks like he's playing out 7-cost Doran. Probably stripping off some icons. He can do that after he loses a challenge. And then he can kneel his faction to just choose a character with fewer than 2 icons and remove it. So this is pretty cool Doran. But that was a lot of gold. So he can't play out too many characters this turn. He doesn't have anyone currently he can use with Flea Bottom. I'm not too worried at the moment. Alright, so there we've got a Desert Raider. And that's it for his marshalling. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, what does she say? After a card enters play during the challenges phase. So we're going to leave her and ambush her and during the challenges phase to start getting that draw. But we will play out this guy, and we can always get him back in our hand for gold. Let's get out our economy. Another reason we made him first is so he doesn't get the bonus of Gates of the Moon. Now we're getting 5 gold a turn. That's really good. Flea Bottom, we can cycle whatever cards we need to with her. And then Skagos, just like that. So we can maybe save Arya, get a dupe of her from the deck, and get rid of this terminal attachment. But I think that's going to do it for now. And let's see what he does. We'll probably do a military, which makes sense. I would probably do a military if I was him. Get rid of Arya's military icon at the very least, using Beguiled. But if he starts doing challenges, he's going to have to give us cards for winning with his plot. So he may want to reconsider that. He's got some options for sure, but the important thing is he doesn't have a lot of characters. We've got 2 marched. If we can kill off his Desert Raider, we can just march next turn, and that's fine for us. So he did take her military icon. We knew that was going to happen. That was definitely coming down the line. Okay, so he's doing a military with 2 with the Desert Raider. And we're not going to oppose that. My thinking is here, we'll claim Arya's dupe. That way we don't have to lose anyone. And then when we put a new copy of her into play, we'll get a fresh dupe. So that's kind of my thinking on why we didn't just get a new copy and defend. All right, Bolton Flayer's really good. We can put him straight into play this turn with Flea Bottom and using Old Town Informer. So yeah, we'll claim her. Just easy like that, super easy. And we'll go ahead and get a fresh copy. Probably after he does a challenge. I just want to see what challenge he's doing first. Always want to be as reactive as possible. Because he might think he can remove her. But if I was him, I'd probably stop. Unless he wants to do an intrigue. But again, I'd probably stop doing challenges. And that is what he does. He finishes the challenge. So let's go ahead and just use this now. We'll replace Arya. Give her a military icon. With her dupe. And we're not skipping a beat. Okay, now the second thing we want to do is probably win a military challenge. No. We want to be very conservative with our challenges because he strips icons after we lose. So, yeah, we'll want to do the military challenge because he's just going to strip her icon after that. So we'll do the military stealth. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, just stealth the Desert Raider, right? Okay, and then he is going to claim the Desert Raider, and so then we can't do any more challenges, or else he gets put back into play. So we don't want to do that. We want to remember we're going to march next turn, so we'll just let him kill the Desert Raider, and that's going to be the only challenge we do this phase. However, we might put her into play and just draw some cards, and then seed our discard pile for Flea Bottom, which we can make that work really well. Let's just see what's going on here. Okay, so he takes away her power icon. We're going to apply claim. Hopefully he doesn't have like vengeance for Elia. And he does not, which is perfect. Now we're going to be able to march next turn successfully. Unless he's got some weird shenanigans. So let's do this. So we're going to put him on top of our deck, get 2 gold, and draw a card. Now we're going to put her into play and use all 5 gold to give her bestow 3, and that draws us 3 cards. And then we can start putting stuff in our discard pile. So this is going to be really good for helping us just see the cards we want to see. We don't need this. We do not need Flea Bottom. And we can put him in our discard pile for Flea Bottom. Alright, cool. Cool. So what did we end up getting? Just this? Just the red wine straights? I guess that's fine. Alright, so that'll do it. That'll do our turn, and then next turn we're going to march. We will just go ahead and march her because she has an enter play effect that's really good, and we can just use her with Flea Bottom. And he won dominance, so he's going to steal a power with the Chamber. Alright. So even though we didn't draw very necessarily useful cards with her, we just kind of, made our deck more efficient by trimming the fat. Not to say that the cards we discarded were bad, like Flea Bottom and Gates are good, but we already have those in play, so let's just trim some of that fat from the deck. So we're definitely going to play Marched. Easiest plot decision I've made all day. And then, yeah, we'll just march this lady. Hightower Spy. Hopefully he doesn't double march, but that's entirely possible. He played Political Disaster, which is rough because we just discarded dupes of Flea Bottom and Gates of the Moon, but whatever, I guess it's fine. We'll have him go first again in case we get like a Ramsey or a House Florin Knight. And the two locations we're going to keep are definitely going to be Arbor and Flea Bottom. We'll lose some economy here, but so will he. Ha ha ha. He's only going to get like 5 gold this turn. Yeah, we'll pitch Skagos. We've got 3 of that, and we've got a replacement for this anyways. So those are the 2 we're going to keep. Let's get rid of the other 2. And we're going to march her like we talked about. Nice. Now he has no characters on the board. He invested 7 gold for Doran last turn, and he's only getting 5 this turn. We are doing... Ooh, cool. We drew another Skagos. We're doing really good at keeping his character count low. And I like that we're going second. We can be a lot more reactive. For instance, we might not play out Bolt and Flare, because if he doesn't play any characters, there's really no point. Okay, so he marshals out Arion. That's his 1 character. We don't have Ramsey or any way to get rid of her, but that's alright. We're just going to play out our economy, kind of setting up for future turns. And then, who's going to be our Flea Bottom target? We can always put him into play and just jump him back into our hand, get some draw going. I really like that. Let's just put Bolt and Flare into Shadows. I like having the option of bringing him out if we need to. And then he has Flea Bottom. He doesn't have any targets, but... yeah, let's just stop there. I think that's fine. We don't need to play Isle of Ravens just yet. And I don't think we need Skagos. Alright, so we'll see what he does here. Declare a power challenge against us. We can probably defend and win that with Hightower Spy. If we put her into play and use her effect, we'll probably get, I don't know, 3-cost card. But do we even care if he does like a power challenge? Well, that sounds fun. We'll just give it a shot. I don't know that there's a wrong play here, defending and winning or not, but let's do Hightower Spy. And we're going to pick Hightower Spy. So we only revealed a 2 cost, which isn't enough to win. We're definitely going to use her effect. Alright, now we've got Roos. The Roos is loose. We'll pitch that and that. And one of those. I'm kind of still hoping to see Ramsey at some point, so Skagos is, that's why I'm keeping that card. And then Bran we can always get back with Flea Bottom. Okay, so since we don't have enough to win the challenge, we might just go ahead and unoppose it, because I was only going to block with her if I could win. I'd rather do a challenge with her than oppose and lose a challenge and stop him from getting an unopposed power. I don't think we really need to do that. So he'll go up to 5 power, unopposed and claim. I imagine he's going to use Arion at some point. When he loses a challenge, he's probably going to put Desert Raider into play, and then that'll give us an excuse to bring out Bolt and Flare and just kill him. Super cheap guy, and he'll be giving us power, so I think that's pretty nice. We'll just make sure the first challenge he loses is a military, right? So he can't block. No, that doesn't sound right. Because he can just claim him and then use him again. We'll make sure the military challenge is the last one we do. I'm totally fine with him using Arion. I wonder who he's going to use. Okay, so he puts out that person. Who's going to strip an icon? Probably Arya's military, I would imagine. Yeah, so he gets rid of Arya's military. Now we can use her again. Let's totally do that. Ooh, I like these cards. Harrenhal, draw, super good. So we're going to get rid of this. And we still haven't seen Ramsey yet, so I think it's about time we pitch Skagos, and then for that matter, we'll get rid of Isle of Ravens. Well, I don't know. He does have Flea Bottom. We might want to save Isle of Ravens and just get rid of Iron Bank. I think we'll be okay for a little bit on economy. Alright, but now we've got some good cards going. Good cards indeed. Alright, and it looks like he's just going to stop there with his challenges. Now, again, it's important to consider what challenges he will bring Desert Raider into play, so using the Bolt and Flare, we'll have to be careful, because we don't want to end up killing Old Town Informer. I'm thinking we do a power with Arya. No, maybe we should do an intrigue here. And then he brings that guy into play. Tough call. Let's do this. Let's do a power with Arya. Because she's only got one icon right now. It's pretty much all she's doing anyways. And then I'm guessing he's going to bring in this guy, Desert Raider, to get rid of Hightower Spy's intrigue icon so that we can't win the intrigue. But little does he know we are going to win the intrigue with Bolt and Flare. And then he'll have to kill his Desert Raider for Bolt and Flare. And we can win the intrigue challenge. So that works for us. He's not going to oppose. I didn't think he would. And now he's using Desert Raider to take away Hightower Spy's intrigue icon. I don't really want to use Old Town Informer here because it just doesn't really seem necessary. All of the cards in my hand are cards that I absolutely want, so I don't want to discard any of them. Yeah, I might get more targets for Flea Bottom, but I think I've got fine targets as it is. So we'll apply the claim on that power challenge. I don't know why he took away her intrigue icon. Because I can... Well, I guess I couldn't win anyways. Because of the Desert Raider, but whatever, that's fine. Okay, let's bring out the Bolton Flare. And we're not going to use her, as I've just described. I like all the cards in my hand. And then I'm thinking we do an Intrigue Challenge and win, and then just kill him with Bolton Flare. Alright, Intrigue of 7, so he can only block with 6. I'm thinking next plot, maybe we play trading. Seems to make the most sense. We can get out Harrenhal. We've got Pleasure Barge for cards that we draw, or so that we can use our gold to play cards. Alright, so he's defending with 2. We're going to win this challenge, and then see what we claim. Marcella. It's pretty good. He can't use her with Flea Bottom, and she is a card that would be safe against First Snow of Winter. So the fewer cards he has for First Snow, the better. Then he's using Chamber after winning Dominance. Okay. He's going to have to hit Reserve, but we are good at 5. And then next plot, we're just going to play trading. He put Gendry in the discard pile. He might not have any valid targets for Flea Bottom, which is why he's not putting 3-cost characters or lower in there. He might need some gold. We'll help him out. We'll give him some gold. Alright, and we're going first. So now our Harrenhal is money. Okay, so this should be an interesting turn. I'm curious to see how this will go. Alrighty. So we're getting 15 gold. I hear that's pretty good when you can just get 15 gold. And we'll start off by drawing cards. Seeing the best way to move forward once we have all the information. Still no Ramsey. Where is he? We're like halfway through the deck and we haven't seen one Ramsey. That's fine. We're going to do Harrenhal. We're going to do Roos. And then we've got 5 gold. Maybe more. I think that's probably fine. We don't need to play any other cards right now. It's always good not to overextend. If he has a reset especially, we want to keep cards like Great John in our hand. Between Roos and Might of the Reach and Harrenhal. Oh look, we just won. Gotta go, sorry, thanks for the game. No problem. Oh, he left. Good game. I guess he left. I don't know why I'm typing that. But I do think that we probably would have won the game eventually. It's probably too early to tell because we only have 3 power, but we were doing a good job at keeping him without characters. I don't know, like, what more he could have played out. We would have killed someone with Harrenhal. The more he uses Desert Raider, the more that's just going to enable us to win. I don't know. I feel like we probably had this here. But, oh, I forgot to update the last game. So I've got my Excel spreadsheet pulled up here just to keep track of these games. This is Tyrell Wolf. What did we just play against? Martel Stag. Which it does not look like we've played against a Martel Stag deck since I've created this list. And then, oh, where'd it go? Martel Stag. All right, cool. So we'll give that a victory. And then we lost to... What deck were we playing against? Lannister Banner of the Dragon. Alrighty, cool. So, and then you can see the total down here. We've got 1 win, 1 loss. Just gonna save this. Alright, I'm glad I played those games with this deck. I know there were some mistakes that were made, but I think for the most part that was pretty good play. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. If you could throw me a like and a subscribe, it would mean the world to me. Overall, my impression of this deck is that I'm not super thrilled with it. I think it was fun in theory, but it's kind of hit or miss. It's not too hard to control. I found I had a lot of trouble with Greyjoy before the restrict list playing these games. I played a lot with the deck, and Greyjoy was a hard counter. Really, anything that shuts down the character abilities and location abilities like King in the North, that's a huge counter. So, overall, I'm glad I tried out the deck, but I think I might not pursue it any longer. Stay tuned for more content, guys. Hopefully next week I'll start streaming games. I keep talking about doing that, but I don't know if I'll ever get around to doing it. Let me know what you think. If you guys want to see some stream games, comment with me live. Could be fun. But I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time on Green Dreamers.